it's came to my realization that many of you guys had trouble making my concha cupcakes. I read the comments, so here is a step-by-step detailed video on how to make them. The video may be a bit longer than usual, but I promise you that you'll perfect it after watching this. So let's make them. Start off by warming up 3/4 cups of milk. Do not heat up the milk too much or you're gonna kill the yeast. It needs to be warm, just slight to the touch. Now add in 1 tablespoon of sugar with 1 packet of active dry yeast, if not 1 tablespoon. Mix it up. Now let that sit for 10 minutes. Into a large bowl, go in there with 4.5 cups of all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of salt, and a 1/2 cup of sugar. Give that a mix. I'm going to be using my stand mixer to mix up the dough, but if you don't have one, you could just do it with your hand. Your yeast and milk mixture should look like this after about 10 minutes. Now pour that in there. Go in there with 3 whole eggs, a splash of vanilla extract, and a 1/2 cup of unsalted melted or room temperature butter. Throw your butter in there all at once. So this is the part where I noticed that you guys had a lot of trouble. Once you're finishing up your dough, the dough needs to be lightly sticky to the point where it's barely sticking to the bowl. If you followed it step by step how I've been showing you, you're probably gonna need a little bit more butter. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Add a little bit of more room temperature unsalted butter. About that much. Once you're done, your dough needs to look something like this, to the point where it's extremely soft, just like that. Now cover it with a towel and let that rise at room temperature for 2 hours. For the topping, 1 cup all-purpose flour, 1 cup powdered sugar, 1/2 cup unsalted butter, and it has to be room temperature. 1/2 cup is about 1 stick of butter and a splash of vanilla extract. Start mixing all that up. It should form up nicely just like this. And add some cacao powder to one side and red food coloring to the other because I ran out of strawberry powder. Now I'm going to mix it up and this is how they came out. The dough should now be double in size. Cut small pieces, about that big. It should be the size of a small egg. On the non-stick surface, flatten out a piece of your topping and place the topping over your dough just like that. With a knife, make your designs, place it in a cupcake mode. Now cover them with a towel and let them rise for 45 minutes. Now that they've risen, bake them at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 minutes and up. Remember, everyone's oven is different, so keep an eye on them after about 15 minutes. And here they are out the oven. It took approximately 16 minutes exactly so they could cook. So as you could tell, I cut into one and just look how fluffy it is. And you know I gotta go in there for that bite. Perfection. These are the exact same steps in the link in my bio where I have all my recipes. Just please read the instructions thoroughly and it'll come out perfect. Sorry to everyone, cause